I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay up. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay up. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store I'm playing. I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse, yeah. You just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you not gonna shoot. I'm watching you do the cam base where I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth, yeah. They be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching full seven stances like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off, yeah. It's a matter of time, I know you see me standing in the front, back in the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends. How you acting like mine? Y'all need consentment. Y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to stew a blessing. You can't do it. You don't want a dream chase. You don't put your hands to it. You know the circle strong. 4th and 40 got a pun. No, I don't do what I want. I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing. I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the juggler, mate. The one to debate. But you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I've been working on a gift. I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again. You can call me what you want. It's really absurd. Just because you're the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I am worth.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay up. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay up. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's when you really gon' need me.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. What is going on, CandleMafia? Hope you're all having an amazing Monday, and I hope you guys had a good weekend. Hopefully, some of you guys went out there and touched some grass. I know I touch grass so rarely. But, guys, what is going on? Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's live stream. There's a lot of places you guys could be tonight, but you guys chose to hang out with the CandleMafia and your boy, Frankie the Don, to take a look at 2 hours of some beautiful TA here on this thing we call Bitcoin, guys, and we're going to try to figure out what this thing is going to do next. Now, obviously, guys, we are getting some bullish consolidation on the medium side. I mean, it's a pretty clear bull pennant here forming on the charts here at a very key level of resistance. The question is, are we going to get that bull pennant to play out, or are we going to see it get a fake out to the downside before another move back up? So in today's live stream, guys, we're going to be taking a look at those key levels that I have my eye on, as not too much has really happened since the last live stream on Friday, but I want to take a look at the key levels that we're keeping an eye on, and I want to talk about kind of what I'm expecting out of Bitcoin here in the short term as well as the long term, because I will just start off the stream right here, guys. I am looking for higher prices on Bitcoin. Now, that doesn't mean that I think we're just going to absolutely yeet up from here and go right to 100K or right to 50K, but I am expecting higher prices on Bitcoin, and we'll talk about exactly why in just a second. With that move to the upside, if we are going to see that continued trend to the upside, are we going to get a pullback? And if so, when? And if we do get it, where are we looking to pull back to? So we're going to cover all that in tonight's live stream. And then obviously halfway through, shout out to Bobby Digital. Shout out to Bobby Digital, who may be cousins with Dave Digital. Shout out to Bobby. Yo, you're funny, bro. I'm not going to say it out loud, but shout out to you, bro. You're funny. But we will be taking a look at the altcoins about halfway through the stream. So if you guys want to see me do some TA on your favorite altcoins, get them ready. Don't spam them just now. Wait till about halfway through the live stream, and then I'll let you guys know when to spam them. And Rob the Crypto Snob will let us know which ones we're looking at. Robert Angel said, finally tuned in for my favorite liver. Do I really look like a liver? No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Robert. Said, finally tuned in to check out my favorite liver. Shout out to, is that just live with 2 exclamation marks? No, he did say liver. I am a liver, guys. I'm a liver. Shout out to Robert. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you. I guess we should start shouting out the CandleMafia so we could get right into the TA. Shout out to Robert. Let's see. Kindly check Dot. Rob, if we can go ahead and add Dot to the list, we can take a look at Dot. We haven't looked at the dot in a couple of days. But speaking of that, guys, shout out to our mods. Show our mods some love in the chat if you like them. And you better all show love because I love them. They help me out so much with this YouTube channel, guys. Show them some respect in the chat. You guys know who they are. We got Rob the Crypto Snob, Tyler Durden, Captain Kirk. What is up, CandleMafia Mama? What is going on? Thank you for being here. You guys know him. Tony D, Tyler Durden, D Petty Crypto, Crypto Anon, Crypto Billy, and I guess Tony D kind of counts, but it does look like Tony D hit that soaring altitude of about 30,000 feet. He is on a flight all the way back to ATL. He's going from NY to the ATL back here. He had a wedding to go to. Hopefully he doesn't come back too hungover. But shout out to Tony D. Shout out to Emax. What is going on? Shout out to Rooster. Darren does things as always. Tony Two Stankfangas. Shout out to Darren does things. We got Red Elephant in the chat. We got DSV. We got, I think it's Sprinter Crypto Coins. Sprinter, I can't see it from here. Shout out to you, though, bro. We got Dow Jones in the chat. Shout out to the traditional financial system. Shout out to Crypto Main, Melissa Miles, Bad Axe, and last but not least, shout out to Caffeinated Crypto. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. Super Snoopy jumping in. Hodl Crypto, Wolf of Crypto, Fibonacci Yellow Vodka. And last but not least, Fibonacci Yellow Vodka, guys. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts and try to figure out what we got going on here. But let's go ahead and jump on in and take a look at, we're going to start off here on the fight. Yo, shout out to Music Tag says, what's cracking, Frank? What's going on, Music Tags? Dude, do you think you can make me like a live stream tag? I assume Music Tags you're talking about is like, dang, son, where'd you find this? Could you make one for our live stream? Was like maybe like I don't know, like a girl that's like, ooh, nice sauce, or I don't know. I would be a manly girl. But anyway, shout out to you, man. Yeah, be cool. Like after the live stream ends, we do kind of have a tag. Like that's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. But yeah, I don't know. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Music Tags. But guys, let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on here on Bitcoin. Now, obviously, if we come up to the higher time frames, I'm not going to cover this too much right now. Let me go ahead and hide this. Obviously, guys, we are within our larger volume profile here, between about 28,750 and about 48K. And we are now accepted into this level, right? Or this area of consolidation, meaning that, guys, I am bullish on Bitcoin, right? I am looking for higher prices on Bitcoin, and it does have a lot to do with, it's not the only reason, but it does have a lot to do with the fact that we are now accepted back into this area of balance. And we have now broken above this level. And let me actually just go ahead and hide this box and this Fibonacci retracement level. And now, once you get into this box, flip this to support. For anybody new to the stream who might not be familiar with the volume profiles, once you get above that value area low and you flip it to support, Creighton C, hopefully you're in here right now, bro. If you are, if not, someone fill in his spot. Once you hold that value area low as support, guys, you are looking up towards that. Oh, shout out to shout out to Black Sales said value area high, which is true. But first, shout out to who is this? Pong. Shout out to you, bro. He says POC. Shout out to you. But yeah, once you hold that value area low, you are looking for price to get up to that POC, guys. And we saw that move up here. And as you guys know, that point of control does oftentimes act as a magnet, and price will stick to this like a magnet, right? Now, not only is this act as a magnet, but it is also a key level of resistance, as well as just a key level in general, because it gives you context into where price will likely go next. Because if you flip this level to support decisively with higher time frame candles, it could open up the door to get a visit of your value area high, once again coming in at about 48K. So in my opinion, just based off the volume profile, as well as some other things we're going to look at in a second, I am looking for higher prices on Bitcoin in the medium to long term, right? And honestly, though, I'll just give you guys this right now, right off the bat, the line in the sand for me to flip bearish is going to be that box that I actually just wound up hiding, right? This blue box between about 29,860 and 28,371. If we lose this 786, which is the bottom of that blue box, decisively, I will be looking for lower prices on Bitcoin, right? So as long as, even if we get a cool off, whether we get a move up and then a cool off, or we get a cool off from here, even if we come all the way down to these lower levels, guys, I am not flipping bearish until we break this box and cannot get back above. At that point, I will be opening up my targets to the downside, where we already have lower targets that we were looking at before the breakout, and those will will simply just come back into play again if we break these key levels. But until we break these levels, guys, I am bullish on Bitcoin, looking for higher prices. But that does not mean that we cannot cool off in the short term. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Is this bull pennant going to break up, or is it going to fake us to the downside and then finally get a move up? I'm going to break it down for you. But all in all, guys, sentiment remains the same. I am looking for higher prices, again, until we lose this key level of support. Now, pulling up Market Cipher B, going back to the weekly, guys, again, not only are we back within this area of balance, but we also have this fresh money flow crossover into the green on the weekly. This is another thing indicating that the trend will likely continue to the upside, just like our money flow making higher lows, right? Low, higher low, right? As just like you see your money flow trending to the upside right here, this is indicative that the trend may continue to the upside, but now we have the actual crossover into the green. So definitely a good sign. And if you guys watched the Sunday Sauce video, not this weekend, shout out to everybody who showed love on that video. That video actually did pretty well. But if you watched my Sunday Sauce video two weeks ago, where we were actually looking for this move up and then got it the next day, we were looking at this money flow crossover as a macro bullish signal on top of the 2-week green dot confirming and the money flow crossing over into the green on the 2-week, which is still intact. And our monthly green dot confirms in 1 day, guys. 1 day and 3 hours, we will get that monthly green dot confirmed, which again would indicate that we could continue this trend to the upside. And it's this money flow right on top of the fact that we are within this new area of balance, on top of many other things that are making me look for higher prices on Bitcoin. So because of all those things, we are looking for higher prices. But like I said, locally, we are starting to see some consolidation. And I think everybody kind of understands what this pattern is. It is somewhat of a bull pennant. And here's the thing, guys. You know, we talked about this on Friday's live stream. And let me just crack this Aztec and Cactus Moss water real quick, guys. Shout out to the 493 people in here, guys. I didn't say it yet, but before we jump into this bull pennant analysis, go ahead and smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, but smash that like button at least. If we get 550 likes on tonight's live stream, I will be giving away a free month of the premium Discord to one lucky CandleMafia member on Friday's giveaways. So smash it up. 550 likes is the goal. We don't have enough people in there yet to get there, but I'm sure they will shuffle in. And then also, shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to you, bro. Says, Tyler, check Discord for 1,000 WD. Apologize. Yo, shout out to Dave Digital. Said he accidentally disliked the video. Well, Dave, although you did hurt my feelings, shout out to Dave. Although you did hurt my feelings, it does technically count the same. The engagement counts the same. So I'll pretend you hit the like button. But please, for the love of God, just for the sake of my feelings, smash that like button next time. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Dave Digital. I appreciate the super chat, bro. You are the man. Thank you for showing continued support here. But continuing on here, guys, as I crack this Aztec and Cactus Moss water, as you guys know, I don't remember the exact percentage. Someone in the chat probably does. The likelihood of a breakout to the upside on a bull pennant it's in the I think it's in the 70s. So they are obviously going to break up more than they break down. It is a bullish continuation pattern, and just in general, guys, typically, you know, you could see it like kind of here. It doesn't always have to form a perfect pennant like it is right now. Oftentimes when you get a big move up, any kind of real consolidation, unless you're getting some kind of crazy bearish signals, like this wasn't as much of a, I mean, I guess it kind of was. But, you know, it doesn't have to look like a beautiful bull pennant. Oftentimes when you get a sign of strength like we did right here, right? Big pump to the upside. You can pull up your volume. I'm not going to do it right now, but if you pull up your volume, you could try to analyze if it is a strong move by looking at the actual regular volume, not the volume profiles, but just your regular candle-based volume. You can see this was a strong move to the upside, right? So once you get that move and you start to consolidate, oftentimes, even though this wasn't as pretty of a bull pennant, you know, oftentimes you'll see a big move up, consolidation, another move up, some kind of consolidation, another move up, some kind of consolidation. So anytime you get a move up and you start consolidating, you could kind of look at that as some kind of bullish consolidation, right? With obviously understanding that you could wind up, if it goes on for too long, it may wind up turning into the dreaded Bart Simpson pattern, which is obviously you guys are probably familiar with, where you kind of bing bong around, and instead of coiling up like we are in here, you know, price will just kind of bing bong around and just range sideways for a very long time, giving you that kind of Bart Simpson pattern here. I mean, excuse my artistic skills, guys. but giving you that Barnes-Simpson pattern, and that usually winds up giving you a reversal to the downside, at least when you're looking at it in an uptrend. But this is clearly a bull pennant, guys. This is definitely, TradingView would call this out as a bull pennant for sure. Let's see, bull pennant chart pattern. Yeah, there you go, right? Clear chart pattern. Even the robots can see it, right? Now, TradingView is calling for this. Hey, shout out to maybe a Band-Aid. Thank you for that super chat. Said, degen that like button. Hashtag not my inhaler. It is hashtag not my inhaler. It really is not my inhaler. It is Mrs. Candle's inhaler. I may just use it from time to time to help myself breathe a little bit. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't have an inhaler. I don't have asthma. I swear, guys. It's not my inhaler. I'm not a nerd. Okay, guys? I swear I'm not a nerd. Maybe a Band-Aid. Thank you for letting people know that I am not a nerd, bro. Shout out to maybe a Band-Aid, guys. I stare at the charts for probably 29 hours a day. Does that show you how much of a nerd I am? I literally look at the charts for longer than there are hours in a day. And, or you guys know what I mean. You guys know I'm a nerd. Let's go. And we are chart nerds or churds. And we say it proudly, guys. We say it proudly because we might be chart nerds, but we're also CandleMafia, right? So it's like, you're kind of a made man, right? You could be a chart nerd, but you don't mess with the mafia either. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to you, man. I'm a nerd. Shout out to Crypto Independent. Shout out to you, bro. But let's take a look here, guys. Measured move or technical target, at least based off of TradingView here, is giving you a move of about up to about 42K. Now, although I do think this price target is in the cards coming up in the near future, I don't know if that's the first target I'm looking at. I do still think that 42K could be in the cards somewhat soon, right? Like at some point coming up very soon. But not right now. There are local targets that big targets we got to get up before we can start looking up to 42K. But, if you were to see that, even if you pulled the flag, even if you pulled the pole from the top of the pennant to like the first impulse, you guys can see that brings you closer to about 40,500. Which would be a little bit more likely, in my opinion, rather than 42K. But we'll break this down for you guys right now. So again, bull pennant is very clear. These break up. Did anybody say it? Like, what is the percentage? Hang on, let me see. Should we pull out Bard? We should probably pull out Bard, right? What do you think Bard knows? Bard might know. Bard also said that I was the creator of Luna and the reason it tanked. So Bard doesn't know everything. But let's see. What's the breakout percentage of a bull pennant? I think it's like 70-something%. As you guys know, I don't really trade patterns very much. And if you saw my Sunday sauce video this weekend, guys, you will know we kind of broke down the price action on this bull pennant. And I was talking about with a highly manipulated asset like Bitcoin, a lot of times what will happen with these bull pennants is they will fake out to the downside, right? Because you have to think to yourself, although these do break up more than they break down. Let's see. Oh, maybe it's not as good. According to research, a well-known technical analyst said the breakout percentage of a bull pennant is 54%. This means 54% of bull pennants result in a successful breakout to the upside. That's actually a lot lower than I thought. But hey, you always get different percentages. That's why I really take these with a grain of salt because it's not the pattern that breaks you out, guys. And kind of the thing, like I was saying, like with an asset that's as manipulated as Bitcoin, you have to understand that the bigger players can see this formation as well. And by the big money seeing this bull pennant, they now know what all the retail traders are thinking, right? All the retail money is a lot of retail trades patterns, right? The banks don't trade patterns. That's the thing, right? Likely you're not having banks and institutional money and the market makers trading bull pennants and bear pennants and wedges and stuff, right? Now, they might look at it, right? They could still see it on the chart. But basically what this does is exposes the retail. And if I was a big bank, you got to think to yourself, if I was a market maker, right? And I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, all retail is bullish as all get out right now, right? So I know retail is looking for a move up, which means that there is probably a lot of people who are longing the bottom of this kind of bull pennant, right? Every time we come back down to the bottom of the range, you have people looking for longs down here, people looking for longs here, even here, and even here. Basically letting you know that there's a lot of liquidations and stop losses below this level, right? And oftentimes what the market maker likes to do is manipulate the price all the way down, stop out all these people who are long from back here, and then you finally get the move to the upside. And there was I wish I could go back. I'm not going to spend the time to find it, but there are many examples on the chart where you literally have a textbook bull pennant and it just goes yeet, and then it goes right back up, right? And that is what I'm talking about with the manipulation. So you just have to be careful with these. So it is a slightly bullish pattern, right? At least if this percentage of 54% is right, again, I take it with a grain of salt, so I don't know. There's probably other percentages out there. But the thing is, you have to understand it's not 100% guaranteed, right? Just like anything in trading, and you want to be careful of that manipulation to the downside because the big money can see that everybody is bullish here looking at that pennant, especially retail. So with that being said, guys, it doesn't mean that we cannot break out, right? Oftentimes you do see these bull pennants break out, right? It happened here. You had a little bit of a bull pennant. You bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong. Actually, hang on a second. Let's go down to a lower time frame, and I actually want to take a look at that bull pennant that we were just looking at. Maybe not that low of a time frame. So, if you're looking... Yeah, it's not the best example, but again, oftentimes you will see that happen. They do break up a lot, right? But basically, the way I am handling this price action right now, guys, is I am simply, with the premium Discord, we do have some key levels above and below us. I'm not obviously going to share everything. Wouldn't be fair to the people who pay for the setups. But we do have some higher levels, and I'm going to show you guys the key levels up here in a second. But we have some levels up here we're looking at for some short positions. But basically, guys, I am going to be basically, right, same plan as Friday, right? We have our range here. Right? Come out down to the 2 hour, right? And we have basically just been range trading this volume profile, right? We've been looking for shorts at the highs, longs at the lows, shorts at the highs, and we actually caught a really nice scalp short here on Bitcoin in the premium Discord this morning, right? Actually, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Well, there you go. It had played out all the way to this POC for a nice little 2% move, and that was beautiful, right? Looking to obviously potentially take it down to the value area low of the range, and we are obviously getting a retracement here, so we'll see what happens. But we hit that TP1, right? If I grab my short position tool, right? We were short from about up here. I'm not going to go ahead and find the exact level. I don't want to spend the time. But obviously we were short from here, looking for this to potentially get back down to the value area low. But TP1 was hit, which was the POC of the range, right? So the reason I show this, guys, is not only to low-key be like, look, we're crushing in the Discord. I'm just kidding. That's not why I showed it. Why I showed it was because, guys, this is how we trade, right? We crush the ranges. And I talked about this in the premium Discord earlier. Price ranges 80% of the time, right? And I'll show this, right? If we just go ahead and hide the TA really quickly, right? Price ranges 80% of the time, right? And if we look at the most recent price action, and we look here, right? So price is ranging down here, right? Price ranges, you have an impulse, right? And then what happens? Price impulses, and then it ranges again, right? And then it impulses, and it ranges again. And then it impulses, and it ranges again. And then it impulses, and then it ranges again. And then, well, that range could come up a little bit more. And then it impulses, and now we are ranging again, right? Price ranges 80% of the time. So what do? The way we trade in the Discord, essentially, right? It's obviously not this simple or this easy, but, basically the plan is that we trade these ranges, right? We look for longs at the lows, shorts at the highs, and then whatever way price breaks out, you are likely going to be in a position from the high of the range or the low of the range. Like when we got this big move down, we were, I'm not going to look back to see if we were actually in a trade. It's going to take too much time, right? But I can almost guarantee you, we were likely in a short in the premium Discord from this high, right? And I'm going to probably put for this week's Sunday Sauce video, if you're out there learning how to trade, right, I might make a video this Sunday for the Sunday Sauce that talks about, people always ask me, hey, are you in a trade, right? I talk about this all the time. And oftentimes, it's usually after a big move, right? I can't tell you how many people ask me, oh my God, are you in a trade after this big move, right? And I am in a trade, right? And where am I long from? I'm long from down here, right? I'm long from the low of this range, right? And people are like, oh my God, bro, how are you always long from the bottom? And you guys know, I say this all the time, right? How are you always long from the bottom? And I think I'm going to put a video out on the channel on Sunday talking about how I'm always long from the bottom and short from the top, right? And the simple answer to this is, guys, I'm not always long from the bottom and short from the top, right? And oftentimes when I am long from the bottom or short from the top, it's because I didn't know that I was shorting the exact top right there, but I was simply looking at a range trade, right? So I was, where were we long from? I was long from this bottom right here, right? Now I wasn't necessarily, I'm not gonna go into this too deeply, but when I was in this long position, I didn't get into this long and say, all right, target 36K. I didn't say that. Now, we thought we might be able to come up here potentially, but that wasn't the plan. The plan was to long the local range to the POC and the value area high of the range. And then at that moment, we reassess the situation, and if things look bullish, we will look to either add to the position or hold part of the position for a bigger move up. And that's really the trick there, guys. I don't always know I'm longing the bottom. Like right here, again, I was just looking to long this range, but look what happened. It wound up turning into longing the bottom, right? And that's the same way that we were short from the top up here, right? People are like, how did you know that was the exact top? Well, there were a lot of things pointing to the fact that that was likely a strong top. However, I was really just looking for a short from this high to this local low. But then if we wound up losing this range and getting a move to the macro value area low, which was right down here, we are likely going to be short from the top, which is exactly how I am short from the top and long from the bottom, right? Like we shorted up here, longed up here, and that's how it is because I'm not trying to catch these big moves. I'm simply looking for the range trades, and then when it breaks out, as long as you're trading the ranges successfully and the right way, using the strategies you use in the Discord, you're likely, when the price breaks up or breaks down, you're likely going to be in a position from the high or the low. So keep an eye out for that video this weekend, guys. I may be putting that out. I think it would really help a lot of people with their trading, but coming in more to the local price action here, guys. Again, we got the impulse, and now price is ranging. So we are simply, like I said, short from up here, right? Short from right here, right? Looking for a move. Again, if this breaks down to lower prices, right? We are in this position right now. And shout out to anybody who is watching right now. Oh my God, chat just went ballistic. What just happened? Hold on. I got some super chats. I'll come back to the super chats, guys, but let me spit this sauce because I think it's really going to help a lot of people. But like I said, short from the top, right? And I don't know if this is going to be the top, right? Because if we wind up getting a big breakdown and we wind up coming down to 32.5, let's just say 32.5. There may be some key levels down there. I don't know. But if we got to move down to 32.5, right? People are going to be like, oh my God, did you see that dump on Bitcoin? Are you in a trade? And I'm going to be like, yeah. And they're going to look at my chart and they'll be like, dude, you short at the top? How'd you do that? And I'm going to be like, I didn't know this was going to be the top. I am simply looking for a range trade to the value area low. And if we get to this value area low, this TP1 was the POC, which we already hit. TP2 is the value area low. If we hit this TP2, I will take profits again, move my stop loss into profit, right? Making it a guaranteed risk-free trade, a guaranteed winning trade. Because if I get stopped out, I'm getting stopped out in profit, AKA making money, right? So at that point, and then once you take your profit and move your stop loss into profit, now you can hold a portion of your trade for lower prices. And if you get a big meltdown, you are now continuously in this trade. But in hindsight, it just looks like you knew that was going to be the top. But it's not always the case. And this is how we trade, right? This is how we trade in the Discord. And again, not only are we short from here. Now, again, this could easily get stopped out in profit or break even, right? Or at a loss, depending on where you have your stop, how you manage your risk. But for me, it would either be a stop out at break even, right? So I wouldn't lose any money. It would just be like, if you don't take profit here, you could get, it depends on your risk management, obviously. But here's the thing, right? Not only were we looking for shorts up here, but we were also looking for longs, not only down here, but also right here and right here. So I am still in a long position from basically this value area low. So at this point, whether price decides to yeet down again, and like I said, fake out all those retail traders and stop them all out before reversing price to the next target, again, we will be short from the top. But what happens if we get the breakout? Well, if we get a breakout to the upside, my short will get stopped out in profit or at break even, right? And then this long that we were in is going to continue playing out, right? And then if we get a big move up to say, 40K, people are gonna be like, oh my God, did you see that huge move? And I'll be like, yeah. They'll be like, well, are you in a trade? And I'll be like, yeah, I'm long from right here. They're gonna be like, how'd you long the bottom? And I'm gonna be like, I didn't know it was the bottom. And guys, this is how it works, right? Or at least this is how I do it. So, that I just kind of wanted to spit that, right? So I am long, I think from right here. It's either from here or here. I think it's here. But this one is up over 100%, and then also I am obviously still in my long position, my biggest, my major long. Let me see if I can pull it up. Of course, I don't have it on here. Well, anyway, I am still long here if you come up to a higher time frame, so I'm not messing around with the chart so much. I am still long here from 25.2. Technically a little bit higher because I added to the position by accident, but really it's 25.2, right? So still long from down here, also in a scalp long from here, and then again, that's short from the premium Discord at the high. So again, basically the way I'm handling this, guys, is I'm waiting for new major long positions. I am waiting for lower prices. Like, I am not looking for new long positions here. I'm in 2 good long positions here, so if it takes off, I'm going to make good money on 2 trades, right? And if we come down from here, I will simply cash out on the short, right? So now it comes down to, are we going to break this range, right? Like, are we going to break up or break down? Now, when we're looking at Market Cypher, guys, taking a look at the daily, here's the thing, right? VWAP getting slightly rejected at the 0 line here on the daily. However, we start coming down to some of these hourly time frames, right? This is kind of one of those signals that could be indicating a potential fake out of this bull pennant, right? Red dot on the 8 hour. And shout out to anybody in chat who knows these strategies with the 8 hour red dot and the money flow crossovers on the lower time frames. Every time I see a red dot on the 8 hour, what do? I go straight down to those lower time frames, specifically the 24 and 30 minute, and I analyze the money flow. Is the money flow coming out on these time frames? And yes, clearly the 30-minute money flow has crossed over into the red. Taking a look at the 24-minute has also crossed over into the red. And oftentimes, guys, when you see that 24-minute money flow or that 30-minute money flow crossing into the red with an 8-hour red dot, it could potentially give you a bigger move to the downside. Now, you can see here on the 24-minute, we are creeping back into the green here with money flow, but look at your VWAP. Your VWAP is rolling over, likely to give you a red dot here. So this could be a fake out into the green with your money flow. And what this may wind up being is just a little lower high on your green money flow wave to continue into a bigger red wave. And again, with that 8-hour red dot printing, it could be a bigger move. So here's the thing. If we are going to fake out of this bull pennant to the downside, at least tonight or soon, if this happens soon, I do think that the confirmation of this, I think this 8-hour red dot with the 30-minute money flow crossing over in hindsight is going to be the kind of thing where it's like, guys, look at that. That 8-hour, 30-minute money flow strategy wound up giving you that inkling that you may get a big move to the downside. Now, obviously, that does not guarantee that we're going to get the move down. But overall, just looking at that signal on top of some of this other stuff, right? 4-hour money flow continuing down, right? On top of our momentum continuing to leave the asset, right? And you can see here, money flow also continuing to the downside. Whoops, I did not mean to copy that. There we go, right? Money flow comes out, momentum comes out, and this could indicate that this may start a local downtrend, right? And just because we have money flow coming out on the 4-hour doesn't mean that I'm not bullish anymore, right? We could easily get a correction down before more upside, but I will say this. I am being more realize this, right? I just talked about my trades. I'm in 2 long positions and a short position, right? The 2 long positions are much bigger than the short position, right? So I'm being a little bit more cautious with the shorts here, more specifically just because we have not only the bull pennant forming, but also the fact that, you know, if you come down to some of the lower time frames, 1-hour green dot just confirmed. Your 2-hour green dot is printing. Your 3-hour and 4-hour green dot, well, more your 3-hour, not as much your 4-hour, but your 3-hour green dot is looking to print. And again, come up to that 24-minute. If that money flow is going to come up locally, you could get that push up, right? And just the fact that I'm bullish long-term, right? I am looking for those higher prices we were talking about earlier today, earlier in the live stream. I am looking for those higher prices, and we're going to talk about those targets in a second, guys. But, you know, just the fact that I am bullish and the higher time frames are bullish, I am going to be more heavily looking for the longs, right? The trend is your friend until the end. Money flow is coming up on the higher time frames, indicating the longer-term trend will likely continue up. The trend is bullish, right? So we are going to be trading with that trend. We're not going to fight against that trend. And again, looking at the high time frame money flow really does kind of give you that clarity into where the trend is likely to continue. So with that being said, again, just kind of waiting for this bull pennant to either break up or break down. But again, looking at Market Cypher B, 4-hour money flow coming out generally. Your 2-hour money flow is in the red. 3-hour money flow is continuing out here. So it's kind of hard to call. I'm kind of neutral in the short term, right? And again, because of the position I'm in right now or the multiple positions I'm in right now, it doesn't matter. If we pump, I make money. If we dump, I make money. And if we keep trading in this range, I will continue to make money, right? Like, that is the beautiful thing about being a trader, is not only can you make money when you go up and down, but you can also make money as it goes sideways if you're trading the ranges on the lower time frames. So again, just waiting for those higher prices or lower prices for more significant positions. Until then, I will hold the short for lower prices, and I will also hold the scalp long for higher prices, and obviously hold my swing long. And then obviously we have all those super key levels where we're looking for our next trade entry in the premium Discord. But let's talk about some of those higher targets for Bitcoin. If we get this thing to break out, where is the next likely target? Let's say, Asia wakes up, they decide to rip this thing to the moon. Where's the next likely stop? And let's talk about that right now. So let's go ahead and zoom out, come up to the daily. Shout out to the 830 people in here right now watching concurrently. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I truly do mean that. Smash that like button, guys. 550 likes. We're giving away a free month of that premium Discord so you could get in and experience the sauce for yourself and get those spoon-fed trade setups and get an insight into actually how I actually trade these markets and get insight into my actual positions when I get in, when I get out, etc. Go ahead and smash that like button because we will be giving away a free month if we hit 555. And if you don't hit the like button, just thanks for being here. I appreciate you. But anyway, taking a look here at the higher time frames, guys. Remember, right? Mostly we are looking at our main area of consolidation, right? With higher targets in the long term, again, coming in. Remember, we are bullish right now, guys. We are bullish right now, and I'm not going to lie. If we start pumping, guys, people are going to start getting... These are the pumps that piss people off, right? Just like it's so crazy because we've been looking at these charts every single day. Well, I've been looking every single day for years. But, since we started this channel, we've been talking about what this part of the bull market or bear market may look like. And this is not guaranteed that we're coming up here. But if we continue up, guys, these are the hate rallies. These are the rallies where everyone realizes that when everybody was calling them stupid for buying down here, if this is the actual bottom, which I do believe is true, at least as of right now. That could change. But, everybody that was calling everybody stupid for buying down here, you idiots, it's going to 8K, it's going to 8K, you morons, right? It's a suckers rally, it's a suckers rally, it's a suckers rally. And now they're starting to think like, I really hope this is a suckers rally. Imagine if we get a move up to the next target, which again is coming in a second. But this is really where the rallies start to get hated. And the bears are really starting to think like, dang, I was greedy. I'm going to miss the bottom. I missed the bottom, right? Now, once we get up here, guys, I will say very, very, very key level of resistance, right? This could give us a big correction to the downside, and we'll talk about that right now. So what is the next local target I'm looking at on Bitcoin, guys? If we break above this POC, we're not going to get an instant moon to 50K, right? Very unlikely to get a move up to that 48K value area high because not only is it a value area high, that's not the only reason I'm looking up here, guys. If we look again at the next local target, but you'll see as I populate these levels, you can see not only is it the value area high, but this is also the macro golden pocket retracement of the entire move of the bear market. Right? This fib is pulled from the all-time high at 69K all the way to the bottom at 15.5. The macro golden pocket retracement is sitting between 48 and 50K. This is a level that we have been looking at since we hit the bottom. Right? And not that we were calling for it, but saying if we wind up getting up to that level, it will be a very key level of resistance. And if we do wind up getting up to these levels, guys, this would be a big area that we could look for a big rejection. Right? Now, I'm not saying it's guaranteed to go back down to the lows, but remember, that wouldn't be impossible because it's happened in the past, right? A lot of people will be like, dude, there's no way possible if we pump up to 50K, there's no way you could go back down to the lows. Well, tell that to the people who were saying that same exact thing back here in 2019. As they were looking, as you got that move into the macro golden pocket, people would have told you down here, if you were on your way up there, no way. If we get up to that golden pocket, there's no way you could go down to the lows. What happened, guys? We literally got to move right back down to the lows to put in a higher low on the macro 786 retracement, right? And now I'm not saying this is not guaranteed to happen, right? And if you come to the weekly time frame, you can see you did close those candles very, very close to that 786, right? So I'm not saying that it is guaranteed to see that happen. If we were to see that happen, I will say, let's say we did get that move all the way up to that, hang on, let's say, we get the bing bong, right? And we'll talk about this local target in a second, but let's say we do get that big move up to we'll say we just tap the golden pocket like in 2019, right? We tap the golden pocket, and then we wind up coming down. Where is that 786 going to wind up pulling up, right? Well, if you pull from the low, to the actual, what would be the high right here at about 50K. Where's that 786 come in? Well, at that point, it comes in at about 22K. And, if you wick down a little bit, you could get back down to the 19,000s, right? Which is very close to those previous lows, right? So you could wind up getting another retracement. So you can go retracement, and then put in the higher low and then continue off into the bull run. But I kind of got sidetracked there. But this is a very key level, and why I am expecting eventually to potentially get up to that 48 to 50K level. Golden pocket value area high makes it, pretty open target, right? But now that is likely not where we're going instantly, right? So even if we get a strong breakout, I doubt we're going to 50K or 48K today or tomorrow or the next day or 2 weeks from now. It'll likely take time. But if we did get a blast above these levels, guys, and we did not reject any local resistance that we have from above this range, the next major target that I am going to be looking for, and the reason why I am not necessarily looking to short everything to zero right now, is really because we have some very key levels up here between about 36 and 37K. Right? Because 36K, we have a naked point of control. I don't have it on here right now. I have it on the other chart. But 36K, we have a naked point of control. And then up here, closer to, up here, the monthly naked point of control at about 38,998 is going to be another key level. But more locally, like the next key level of resistance for me is going to be that $36,000 naked point of control. And I'll just put this line here at about 36K. I think it technically is like 35,995, something like this. But this is a naked point of control, right? So if we do pop up that 36K level, not only being a naked point of control, but also obviously that psychological level at 36K, a lot of people are going to be watching that even level at $36,000. Now, if we push, I don't know how likely it is that we just blast right above that. But if we do not reject from this heavy and we get a bigger move up, the next key target I am looking at is in this purple box, coming in between about 39K and 37,500, right? Again, 39,112, 37,551. And again, naked monthly point of control is sitting right up here at about 38,995 or 998, almost 39K even. And then obviously 40K, another psychological level. So if we are going to see this, this pennant break out here, guys, these are the next local levels I will be looking at. And again, if we measure from, we measure this pole. It brings you right up to that 40K level. Could make a lot of sense. Now, again, whether this thing breaks out of the pennant as you would expect, or if it gets that fake out that I was talking, that fake out manipulation before the move, these are kind of the two most likely scenarios I see happening. So there you go. Those are the next targets to the upside for, I almost said Ethereum, for Bitcoin, if we see this pennant break out. But again, guys, I want you guys to be careful of that potential manipulation, especially with the way this money flow looks, right? Like this money flow could call for a move down first. So again, it's kind of a battle. Like, are you just going to trust the pennant, or are you going to be prepared in both directions, as I am, where sure, maybe the thing is going to break up more often than it doesn't and I'll profit, but I am also have a plan if we get the move down, because remember, we have this range. So if we wind up breaking down here and we deviate from the range, you could start to look for some long entries potentially as you deviate below the range. And then if I pull up, I guess we have no local TA here. Interesting. But there you go, guys. That is kind of my plan for Bitcoin. Just remember those key levels. If we break out, those are the next key levels I'll be looking for a reaction off of. And just to give you guys some levels of support before I let you guys go, obviously, not let you guys go. We're not even halfway through here. But once we look, if we pull up this macro targets, other than this blue box being the macro value area low, golden pocket retracement, like these are some really big levels to look at. But if we weren't to make it up there, if you pull a local fib here, let me go ahead and pull a local fib from this low. Let me grab it to the high. You do have this level here at about 32, almost 32K even, where you have the golden pocket of this, basically this entire impulse to the upside. This golden pocket right here would be another level I'd be looking at for a bounce if you do get a push down there. If we pull up exo charts, and pull up the TPO here. We're on the 30-minute time frame. I just want to see these single prints, 32,370 and 31,940. So, yeah, 31,940. Again, getting those single prints, again, like these single prints, guys, wind up popping up excuse me, when you get these big moves up on price, right? The single prints come in when you spend less than 30 minutes at a particular price level. So, and again, like if you have those single prints right here, again, 31,940, right? 31,940, right about here, right? I'm just going to rough this out, right? Right here, if we come down, and where did they start? Let me just pull them up real quick. And they start at about 32.5, right? Remember I said 32.550 before? That is what I'm talking about. So 32.5, right? So your single prints are essentially, and I understand these are off by a couple dollars, but your single prints are basically sitting right here, right? And I'll label this as SPs. Where is it? Single prints, right? So not only do you have your single prints here, which obviously if price did come down, and you bing bong, and you don't bounce off of these and you get accepted back into them, you may fill those single prints very quickly and you could get a bounce off that golden pocket, or you may be able to get through them quickly, lose the golden pocket, come down for the 786 before the move up. So there are some levels down here if you do break this range decisively. The next kind of levels of support I would be looking at is about 32.5, where those single prints begin, all the way down to this golden pocket 786 Fibonacci retracement. So there you go, guys. That is what we're looking at on Bitcoin, keeping it simple and really just looking for small scalp trades, guys, until we could get a bigger move up or a bigger move down, where I will be looking for long or short positions. But guys, with all that being said, we did have some super chats here. Before we move on, let me just go ahead and cover these really quickly. Shout out to RC Moore, said, "How did you do that with TradingView?" To see the pattern. Yeah, so for the trading patterns, if you come into your indicators section right here, guys, indicators, click on that, come on down to technicals, and you could go ahead and click on patterns. And they actually have all these different trading patterns that you can look at, and even, they even have candlestick patterns, right? Morning Doji Star, let's see, where's like a more, Morningstar, like I'm trying to find like a more recognized hammer candle. There you go. I'm looking for ones like people know. Doji Star, Dragonfly Doji, Doji, right? So they have all these trading patterns, pretty cool. Or you could just go ahead and search like inverse head and shoulders, and you just want to look for this one by TradingView, and it'll pull out those patterns for you. So there you go. Hopefully that answers your question. I don't see how that couldn't have answered your question, but shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. You're the man. Let's see. Ian said, "Frankie, can you do a short demo on TPO indicator in TView?" Shout out to Ian. Ian, I was wondering if I should do that for the Sunday Sauce video, or talk about how I'm able to long the bottom and short the top. Should we make that TPO trade? Maybe we'll drop some Saturday sauce and some Sunday sauce. I think it's about time we do a double whammy on the weekend. But Ian, I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to go over it in today's live stream, but I will definitely try to go into it very soon in a tutorial video. Or if you have any questions, shoot me a DM on Discord. My messages are an absolute mess right now, so I don't want to like guarantee I will answer. But when I see it, if it comes through, when I get a chance to answer the messages, I will try to answer. But I could go over it very briefly. But again, I would like to I'll just show it really quickly, right? Because we did just mark out those single prints, right? So I went back to trading exocharts to find those single prints, right? Which in my opinion is the best way to find them. I would never replace exocharts with an indicator on TradingView, but exocharts is a paid program, right? It's a paid software. And you know, if I didn't have exocharts, like if I had to start from zero, and with the same knowledge I have without the ability to have multiple paid services, and I had to just use TradingView, I would definitely be taking a look at my TPO indicator setup, which again, the reason I can't really go too much into this right now is because I've changed so many settings. But I do just want to kind of show you what I look at here. So let me go ahead and hide this. So you can see this is, and again, the best place to find these single prints is definitely going to be, on on something that you can actually see the real single prints on, like exo charts or Trading Light is another one that I know Darren does things, who helps us out a lot in the premium Discord. He uses Trading Light, which I think might be a little bit cheaper, has a little bit different features. He loves it. I'm really enticed to try it, but I'm kind of like I don't like change too much, so I'm used to exo charts, so I just keep using exo charts. But I think it's a cheaper alternative. I don't know of any free alternatives other than this indicator on TradingView, but I do just kind of want to show you guys here what I look at, right? So you can see the single prints on this indicator are made visible by these lines, right? You can see these are all single prints. And these are coming in between about 33,250 and about 32,850, which is obviously different than what we're looking at here on the chart, right? Because I probably come down to a lower time frame potentially and find those other single prints. But it will differ, right? It will not always be the same. You can see like my single prints are below this, right? This is saying the single prints are here. For some reason, it is not saying, that is why. Oh, no, wait. Hang on. Why is this not showing single prints? I don't know why this isn't showing the single prints below, but this, come on, exo charts. There you go. But yeah, 33,176, 32,460. Yeah, 32. Yeah, they're lower. I don't know why. This one is actually usually pretty good. Usually we'll find those. It's just not pulling them up down there. I don't know why. But this is the indicator he is talking about. Oftentimes, it is pretty spot on with these single prints. I've never seen it do this. But I could definitely go ahead and potentially make a video about these, kind of how I have my settings set up here to find these single prints without like completely muddying up my charts. So shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. And I will try to get that video up for you. And shout out to Dave Digital said, this makes Frankie speed up for some reason. Shout out to Dave Digital. Wait, what? I don't even know what that means, Dave. Shout out to you, bro, though. I do appreciate the super chat. But guys, it's about time to start taking a look at those altcoins. So go ahead and spam those altcoins in the chat right now. Rob the Crypto Stomp will count up the votes and let us know what altcoins we're taking a look at today. But shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you, even though I don't fully know exactly what it meant. But shout out to Dave. I love you, bro. But yeah, spam out those altcoins, guys, and I'm going to check and make sure I didn't miss any other super chats. Let's see. Shout out to Dave. You're so funny, bro. Apologizing for the dislike. Tony said, hey, yo, about to take off. I'll be back when I get Wi-Fi. Love you all. Smash that dang like button with y'all. Will y'all? Will ya? Question mark. I was going to say, will y'all? I was like, dang, bro, you went to New York and got a Southern accent? What the heck? Shout out to Tony D, bro. Thank you for being here. That was an old one. And he says, blah, 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 sauce. That's what he said. Dave Digital said, blah, 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 sauce. That makes Frank speed up. Shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate the super chats, bro. Oh, God, there's the altcoins. But, guys, while you guys are spamming those altcoins right now, I will go ahead and take a look at everybody's favorite altcoin. That's right. It's Ethereum, or Ethereum, as I call it. But let's go ahead and... hey, shout out to Hannah King. What is going on, Hannah? That's a goat salute to you. Shout out to Hannah King. Welcome in. That is the CandleMafia princess. Wait until you're done spamming the altcoins and then spam that tiara emoji for Hannah. But guys, continuing on here, taking a look at Ethereum as my chair continues to sink lower. Let's go ahead and dig in here. I'm going to turn off that TPO indicator, come back on over to the regular setup, and here we are. Okay, guys, I got to fix this. I'm sorry. Here we are. So as we are respecting the value area low and the POC, as you guys know, we have been looking. I'll be quite frank with you guys. No pun intended. I don't know exactly what this blue level we were looking at on Friday was, but it did get respected. We came up, tapped it, reversed back to the downside. Again, I don't even know what we were looking at here. Oh, was it I don't know what the heck this was. I couldn't tell you. It's got to be, let me pull up ETH. Let that load in the background for a second. Oh, shout out to Thesis himself. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Said Fig Newtons are not cookies. Hashtag change my mind. Thesis, you are the for saying that, bro. You are the absolute for saying that, bro. Shout out to Thesis himself. I 1,000,000% agree with you. Fig Newtons are not cookies. Change my mind. It is fruit disguised as a cookie by being wrapped in cardboard. Shout out to Thesis himself. I could not agree with you more, bro. Shout out to you. You get a for that one, bro. Shout out to Thesis himself. I couldn't agree with you more, bro. Too funny. That is one thing that you don't believe in that I also don't believe in. Shout out to you. Bro, thank you for the super chat, bro. Thesis, thank you for chilling, bro. I appreciate you for being in here, man. Let's see. No, Wolf of Crypto said, you're a sheep. It's a goat, okay? But anyway, guys, continuing on for Ethereum. I'm going to get rid of this level because I do not know. It's like a veggie trying a Dunkin' box. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Soundboard rules. Shout out to Brian Peterson. Let's go. I am having fun with this soundboard for sure. But anyway, taking a look here, guys. Obviously, we have left this area of balance, got imbalance, and what do we expect there? We expect price to find new balance, shout out to the sneakers, or range around in some old balance, shout out to the old sneakers. But anyway, we got a move out of this value area, boom, and then we came back into this value area, and although we did not get to the value area high, we are simply respecting the value area low and the POC, creating, on the lower time frame, a new range of its own. Right here. Oh, shout out to Jordy. Let's go. Says, blue line is where you said look for shorts, and I did. Yo, Jordy, let's go, bro. Shout out to Jordy Cicero. Yo, bro, you Italian, bro? Cicero, let's go. Yo, shout out to Jordy, bro. I guess we bring it back. Yo, shout out to Jordy for literally taking everything I say on this live stream, bringing it onto his own chart, taking advantage of the information, and making money. Jordy, shout out to you, bro. Bing bong. Or should I say, shout out. Shout out to Jordy. I always forget that fan is on. Shout out to Jordy, bro. Congrats on your win, bro. Congrats on your win. And thank you for reminding me what those levels on our chart were. And then shout out to Tony D said, hey, yo, right, but Fig Newton smack. I was going to say that. Yeah, they're definitely fake cookies, but they do slap. So I don't know how Thesis feels about that. Let me know, bro. And then shout out to Boosted Frequency. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He says, hey, boss, can you check out Aurora for me? Yes, Rob, if you could add that to the list, I'd greatly appreciate you even more than I already appreciate you. Altcoin votes are in and being counted. Just drop that Aurora in there. Let's go. And Jordy says, short, long, short, long, short. Let's go. Shout out to Jordy. Jordy, are you even in the premium? I don't even know if he's in the premium. He just makes money off the free live streams, which I absolutely love. That is like what I'd be doing if I was like back when I was learning how to trade. Like I would do everything. I had no money. I would just do everything I could to get as much free value as I could. And yeah, I would be like pausing during people's videos on tutorials, like trying to zoom into their chart. Like, what indicator is this? Or I shout out to Jordy, man. Let's go. He said they taste fine, but they ain't cookies. Yo, Thesis, bro. Shout out to you, man. Oh, he said, Jordy said, I can't get into the Discord. Verify me. Tony D, I mean, I know you're 30,000 feet in the air right now, but if you could help out Jordy, we should get him in that Discord. Because I don't know. Jordy probably like instantly become rich potentially. I'm kidding, guys. No one's going to instantly become rich with trading. It's not a thing. I don't want people clipping that and being like, he's a scammer. It takes a lot of hard work. But shout out to Jordy. He's doing it right. That's for sure. But anyway, guys, dang, let's bring that level back real quick. I'm just going to keep that on the chart for a second. But obviously, guys, we are forming a new little range here within our more grand volume profile. And you can see that, right? But really, if I was looking to trade this local range, which I'm not right now, I would be looking to trade this local range, which is definitely an option if you're out there scalping the low time frames. However, for me, I'm waiting for the bigger moves right now just because of the uncertainty with this consolidation. But obviously, guys, before we left for the weekend last Friday, we were saying this previous value area low, as long as we hold above this, I'm not looking, for anything too crazy to the downside for Ethereum. As long as we hold this level to support, we will simply be looking up to come respect that POC. And then if you get up to that POC and you get bearish confirmations, you would just look for a move back down to the value area low. So sentiment remains exactly the same as it has been on Ethereum for quite some time, right? Just key level 1762. You lose that level, I'm going to be looking for a bigger move down towards this purple box, which is the area where we broke out of, right? Revisiting the scene of the crime at the top of this value area at about 1670. All the way down to about 1650, right? So if we do get a move out of this value area, we could get a move down to this the scene of the crime, right, to back test retest, to retest this area as support before finally getting a bigger move to the upside. But again, that's only if we lose the value area low. If we hold this key level, I'm going to be looking for a move up to the POC, and if you flip that level to support, could be looking for a bigger move up towards that value area high. So there you go. That's what I would be looking at on Ethereum. And as far as market cipher goes, very, very, very similar to Bitcoin, right? Right here, money flow creeping back up to the upside, right? We faked out into the green. This is likely going to cross over into the green at some point soon, right? And if it does happen, right, once you get that next green dot, you're probably going to push up to the POC, and then that's your next chance to get above it and shoot for that value area high. Now, one thing I do want to do on Ethereum here, guys, is pull up the volume profile, or the VRVP. VPVR, as I like to call it. BTC pumping. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'll take a look at it in just a second. But you guys can see, right? We talked about this as well. Pretty low volume in this between these value areas. So if we lose this level, we could get a quick move to the downside, right? Could be very quick, right? Because what happens when you enter, I'm going to put a line here, right? Once you enter this low volume gap, what do you get, right? You get quick move up, quick move down, quick move up, quick move down, quick move up, quick move down, right? So anytime you enter this area, this low volume gap, chances are you're going to get a quick move. So if you get below this level, can't get back above, look for that quick move down to your next key level, which is what we just talked about down here at about 1660. And then again, not looking for, the highest I'm willing to look for Ethereum right now. Like, look at the volume that we are up against right now. This POC that we are tapping right now is not to be reckoned with, or not to be messed with, I guess. I don't know why I said that, but I just shock myself every day, guys. Anyway, if we get, look at this high volume node. We got a lot of work to do. And what this tells me is if we do get a move, you got to crack this POC. And if you crack that POC, you could start to work your way up to the value area high. The exciting thing about the value area high is that if you zoom out here, there isn't really, once you get above this value area high, there's a pretty decent gap here. I know it's kind of hard to see zoomed out like this, up to about $2,100, right? Where we rejected all the way back here. But again, I want you guys to realize that I'm going to grab a box here, right? Between, about $2,100 or $2,000, there is a pretty significant gap, right? And what happened if I come down to a lower time frame, maybe a little higher, what happened? Get rid of that line. What happened last time we broke this value area high? Big move up to that 2150 area before that rejection, right? So we might get another, if we come back up here, big move up towards that level. And if you break out of that 2150 level, the next major area I'd be looking is similar to Bitcoin, where we have this area of consolidation. I would look to come test these levels closer to about 2300, right? But shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to you, bro. $5 super chat. Thank you so much, bro. Says, Frankie, would you collab with non-crypto creators with larger audience and similar freedom goals, specifically First Amendment auditors? Shout out to Dave Digital. I'd be open to collaborating. I mean, we've collaborated with Carlton, right? The tax specialist. He's not a crypto guy. He's a tax guy, which is kind of like a crypto guy. Not a crypto guy, kind of like a money guy. But yeah, dude, I'd be down to have anybody on my channel as long as I think they could provide the mafia with value. That's really what we base people off of, right? If someone asks to come on the channel, I try to think can this person bring value to you guys? Because that's what I like to do. I want to not only be up here giving you guys my analysis and showing you guys what I think, but I also want to find other people who have really good insights and who are really good traders to also give you guys value, right? The value that maybe I can't give you, right? Like if some of the people that we have on the channel are bigger pattern traders than I am, right? And like I said, I don't trade patterns often, but that doesn't mean they don't work, right? Obviously, the people that we have on have a great time trading them, right? So, and some people in the mafia might feel that trading patterns is what clicks for them, and that's a good thing. And I never want to push people away from trying to do something that works for them just because it's not the way I do it, right? So I just really want to provide as much value as possible. So if we got an ASMR person who is going to give you really good macro geopolitical analysis, just whispering into a microphone, I'd have him on. So shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chat. And yes, short answer, absolutely I would. Shout out to you, bro. bro. And shout out to Crypto Billy. Let's go. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for that super chat. He says, Frank, mathematical error. Can we look at ADA tonight? 2, please, kind sir. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Absolutely, we could take a look at ADA tonight. If I forget, please remind me, or if someone could put it on the list of alts, that would avoid the whole catastrophe altogether. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Bro, I'll look at whatever you want me to at any point. Billy, if you called me at 2 in the morning on a Monday morning or a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, any day of the week, you call me at 2 in the morning and say, hey, Frank, can you hop on your computer and let me know what you think about this coin? Bro, I'm getting out of bed. I'm getting out of bed 11 out of 10 times for you, bro. Every single time. Plus an extra time. Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, shout out to Ian. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Said, Sensei Frankie, trust me, there is no other person on YouTube who gives away knowledge the way you do, bro. Long live. Shout out to, bro. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you for saying that. Ian said, speaking facts. That's what Hannah said. Shout out to Hannah. Thank you for the super chat. And thank you for agreeing with Ian. That's truly my plan on this YouTube channel, is to try to help people. Like, I want to be the YouTuber that I wanted when I was learning how to trade. I always wish that there was someone that would interact with their chat more or answer questions directly. Shout out to Chief. I'm calling Frankie at 3 a.m. If my number ever gets leaked, I would answer and do that for the story. If I got like 1,000 calls just waiting for people asking me to look at coins, I would do it just for the story. Shout out to you guys. Hannah King rocks. Chief, absolutely. I would agree with that. Shout out to Alex O. What is going on, Alex? Thank you for being here, bro. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. I just wanted to point out that we do have a little bit of open volume here. So if we do break this value area high at 1930, could be a quick move up to about 2150. And then if we continue up, next major level I'd be looking at is between $2,300 and $2,400. Not just based off of this volume, but also looking at your looking right here at our local volume profile, you can see you're approaching that value area low, but you're obviously going to get stuck on some of these other levels, right? You have this level here, this wick right here at about 23K, likely to give you some resistance, right? And then what this volume profile does is it gives you a little bit more insight if you were to continue to the upside through the low volume gap and you get above, you'd have to get pretty high above that $2,500 value area low, but that's where you open up the door to potentially make it up to 3K. So key level to get to 3K. In order to get to 3K, guys, we got to flip 2530, and that opens up the door to 3K. But until then, the local levels to the upside for me are going to be 2146 and about between 23 and 2400. Right, so I'll just put the level at about 2350, and then Jordy can remind me what these levels are on the chart because I always forget. We look at so much stuff; it's hard to keep track of. But that's what we're looking at on Ethereum. Shout out to you guys. But with all that being said, guys, shout out to everybody that just sent a bunch of super chats. You guys are the absolute best. But let's see what everybody said about the poll. Will Bitcoin break out? Everybody said yes. I'm kidding. 66% of you said yes, which is pretty close to the breakout percentages of a bull pennant. So it makes sense. But yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. Most people are looking for that breakout, but now you guys have that key levels, those key levels to the upside to look at if we do get that pump to the upside. And someone said it was pumping. It doesn't look like it though. Well, I guess pumping in general, right? Shout out to you, man. We got Crypto Pollo in the chat. What is going on? Pollo said, I would do the same for Billy, too. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. I know. I don't know a person on earth that would ever not do anything for Billy. Billy, guys, for anybody who doesn't know Billy personally, I would like to take this time to, and this goes for all our mods, and honestly, all the CandleMafia members as well, but Billy is one of the most genuine, nicest, and I mean genuinely nicest. Billy has never asked me for anything, and he could ask me for whatever he wants, and I would just give it to him. And he never asks for anything. As a matter of fact, he gives stuff to me. You guys see him super chat me. He does not need to do that. He already helps me out with this channel for 100% free. He helps out the community, and he's one of the best people that I've ever met in my life. And again, this goes for all of our mods, but I just want to say, Billy is the man. And it's very rare that you meet people who are just truly genuine, there to be nice people and do the right thing and just just like, you could just tell it's a feeling. It's not something he does specifically. It's his actions, but it's really just a feeling that you get. He's just genuinely like the definition of a genuinely good human being. And in my opinion, especially the older I get and every month that goes by, I realize how far and few between people who are actually genuine are. And it's pretty crazy, but Billy is, with no question, genuine as all get out. He's as genuine as they come. So shout out to Crypto Billy. Yeah, Givers Gain, hashtag Givers Gain. Let's go. Shout out to Alex O. What is going on, bro? He said hashtag Givers Gain. Love you, Frank. Keep up the hard work. Shout out to Alex. I appreciate you so much, bro. I'm going to keep doing it. Givers Gain. You know what they say. Shout out to Crypto Billy. He came up with that. Shout out to Hannah King. Let's go. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat. Says Billy is one of the most generous and genuine people I've ever spoken to. Absolutely 100%. Like, there's not a dang thing on earth I would not do for Billy. And yeah, he's generous. He's genuine. Like, he never, ever would get, like, anything he gives me is as so clearly been just from his heart. It's never been like, hey, I gave you a super chat, bro. Like, you want to, like, do this for me? Or, like, it's just, you just know right away. It is nothing but good vibes. So shout out to Crypto Billy, guys. Show Crypto Billy some love. And this is not to take away from the mods. Show all the mods love, but just shout out to Crypto Billy just because he came up here. Yeah, shout out to him. He really is a special dude, as all the mods are. Rob the Crypto Snobs out there working super hard, getting these altcoins added up. I got Tyler Durden knocking down my door asking, what else can I do? What else can I do? We really do have some of the best people, not only on the Frankie Candles team, but in this community, guys. It's really cool. It's like, I love the community we have. Everybody is just like, you guys are our people. Givers Gain, find your people. We found our people, and they're right here in the chat. So shout out to you guys. Super, super cool. And I really do feel like the luckiest person in the world. I say this all the time, guys. This is the coolest thing in my life. This is the coolest thing that has ever happened to me, and I will never lose sight of that. This is like, the fact that I get to do this every day is the coolest thing to me, and it will never get old, and I will never take it for granted. And the fact that we have all these people in here making it 100 times better than it could have ever even been is like, I literally hit the lottery. So shout out to the CandleMafia. Give up some CandleMafia love for you guys, because you guys are literally what makes this channel what it is. So sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. But let's continue on, guys. That's what we were looking at on Ethereum, and then we just took a look at Bitcoin. But let's go ahead and move on to these dang altcoins, which I have been neglecting, because I'm sure Rob probably put them in the chat, or someone probably put them in the chat, and I just didn't pin them. So we'll take a look at DOT first, because I know they're on the list. I know it's on the list, but if someone can drop the list in the chat, I will pin it this time. But let's go ahead and start off with DOT. Shout out to Ivor, said, let's go post chain, Hex, serious gains incoming. Shout out to Ivor. We could maybe pin it. Oh, baby. Thank you, Rob. Waiting. It's coming. I can smell it. Oh, wait, hang on. He said pin it. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate you, brother. It is pinned. And Dot was first on the list anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at Dot, guys. Shout out to all the Dot dudes. What is the Dot community? What does the Dot community call themselves? The Dot dudes? The Dot guys? I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look here. All right, Dot on the move here on the 4-hour time frame. Get a little bit of a breakout here. Not too shabby. But we're going to break it down, and I'm going to bring the doom and gloom so we can catch a short on this thing. I'm just kidding, guys. Take a look at the daily. Green dot confirmed. Money flow starting to curve to the upside. Can't hate on that. Let's check the weekly real quick. Yeah, weekly green dot confirmed. But again, looking similar to Bitcoin here. Looking for the red dot on the 2-day. Looking for the daily, daily green dot confirmed. But that 2-day red dot is looking to come in probably pretty soon here with that VWAP cooling off. Daily green dot confirmed. Money flow coming up. 16-hour bearish divergence looking to print. But I probably would not be fading this move, to be quite frank with you. No pun intended. But I may not be fading this move, right? Because money flow is getting kind of hard to say. We'll have to look at the lower time frames, but you are definitely potentially going to form a bear div here. I said definitely potentially, which is like an oxymoron. But yeah, looking to potentially print a bearish divergence on your 16-hour, 12-hour looking to print it, 10-hour looking to print it. Oh, God. Yeah, you are looking for some bear divs here. You may be able to potentially catch a little bit of a scalp short here. Now, again, with that fresh green dot on the daily, I may not be looking to ride it down to zero, but these 4-hour bear divs are printing. But what we need to do is this is not enough to get into a short position, guys. You can't just look at the 4 hours, say, oh my God, there's a bear div, and then short, right? Now, granted, would you make money doing that? Probably at some point you would start to become profitable, right? You would win some of the trades, but you don't want to do that. That's not the highest probability trade. You only want to get into the highest probability trades. So if you're going to be doing that, what you want to do is try to figure out the significance of the levels above. And if we come to the 10-hour, actually let's come to the daily, we could try to figure out where most of the volume is sitting. So you can actually see here, if we zoom in, you can see we are hitting the, we are basically right here, but volume on the higher time frames, it's hard to analyze the volume when it's this grand, but volume is basically falling off up until your next highest volume node, which is at about $5, right? So this is going to be probably a pretty key level to be watching, right? About $5.02, say, $5.03. That's kind of going to be a major level to look at. And again, the more you zoom in, you start to see that there is actually a pretty significant gap here, right? Now you are, and again, like where are we hitting right now? We are hitting on this shelf of volume. What is a shelf of volume, guys? A shelf of volume is when you have a high volume node. It is where that volume begins. Think of it as the wall of volume, right? So this is a shelf of volume. This is a shelf of volume. This is a shelf of volume. This is a shelf of volume, right? So you're just think of it as an actual shelf, right? Think of it as an actual shelf or an actual wall, right? You call it a volume wall if you want to, right? Like you don't have to call it a shelf. But that is what I'm talking about when I'm mentioning a shelf, right? And we are hitting the shelf of volume right now at about $4. So this is actually a pretty significant level of resistance, at least when looking at the higher time frames. And let me go ahead and make this a little smaller. Bada boom, bada bing. Bada boom, bada bing. Bada boom, bada bing. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so these are going to kind of be the, more key levels as we zoom in here. We'll get a little bit clearer. And you can see, and then the more you zoom in, you got a high volume node here. Again, your wall of volume. But I do want to kind of mark out this low volume gap. And I will mark it out from about, I'll go from about here to here, right? And that is your low volume, right? And that leads you right up into this key level at about $5. Right? So if you could break this is a pretty key level. I'm not going to lie, guys. And this high volume node right here, if we can get above this, that would, in my opinion, open up the door to potentially get up to that $4 to $5 level. But you got to get above this. And then as you start pulling some fibs, we could pull from this high to the low right about there. And you can see your golden pocket is actually, that's the low volume gap, but your golden pocket is right above that. So if we were in the long term to get a bigger move up here and hit that golden pocket, that would be a significant level to short, in my opinion. But doesn't mean you can't catch a scalp short here before a bigger move up. So now that we have some more of the key levels marked out, I want to pull this golden pocket as well. And you can see right here, locally, we are hitting a golden pocket 786 retracement, right? Not only you're hitting the high volume node, but the 786 is sitting right here at about $4.54. If you keep pushing up and you confirm these bear divs, might be a good place to look for a short. And a scalp short, right? Not a degenerate like 100x short to zero. Right? So there you go. Like definitely looking, because it's kind of hard to find where your volume profiles are. You could look right here, right? Yeah. So this is kind of what I would look at. Yeah, right here. If you continue to push up, this would be the area I would be looking for a short at, in my opinion, right? Doesn't mean it's going to play out. This purple box right here is where I'd be looking for the short. Between about 458 and 453, not only is it the value area high of this local range, but also the 786 of the pulled from this high to the low, 786 POC, or 786 value area high confluence, and then your POC is obviously in confluence with that high volume node on the higher time frames we were looking at. So if I were looking to scalp short this, I actually might look to enter it in two phases where I maybe enter a little bit here, right? And then I just look to enter a bigger add to the position up at this second level of resistance, especially if the divergences are confirming. But no guarantees there. This is not a trade signal. Hashtag not a trade signal. So just keep that in mind. But I would be looking, just in general here, even on the 2 hour, you have general momentum coming out, general money flow coming out, right, with prices rising, right? That is showing us the discrepancy between the momentum and the money entering the asset. If money is leaving the asset and momentum is leaving the asset, but price is going up, what does that let us know? It gives us a discrepancy. It lets us know that price is moving up with not much backing it up. This is not what you want to see unless you're looking for a short. This is exactly what you want to see, right? So not impossible to continue pushing up, but if we did, I may look for, I'm not personally going to look for it. I'm just saying I would be looking for a short up here. You can only trade so much stuff. I can't trade every coin we look at. But if we break above these levels, next key level, again, is going to be between about $4.71 and $5, right, where your golden pocket is. So there you go, guys. There is DOT. Shout out to whoever asked for that. And ayo, shout out to Holiday. Thank you for that super chat. Said, Frankie, thanks for all the sauce. I officially put my 2 weeks at my job that drained me for the past 3 years. I learned how to trade during C19, but now I became more profitable because of you. Shout out to Holiday. Let's go. He just fired his boss. And I'm not going to lie, guys. I got to get new batteries for the Bagel Blaster because I put these in our new garbage can. We have an electronic garbage can. I don't know. Mrs. Candles is crazy. I'm kidding. I bought the garbage can. It was cool. I'm sorry. But I had needed batteries, but I got to go buy more to get them in the Bagel Blaster. But Holiday, shout out to you. Congratulations on firing your boss. I'm sure he was a nice guy, but shout out to you for firing your boss and being a profitable trader. And shout out to you for letting me know that I helped you just because that is literally what I get fulfilled off of. So shout out to you, man. Bing bong. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Holiday. Congrats, bro. You are the man. Shout out to you. Leveling up your life. And honestly, inspiring the rest of the Mafia to stick with it. Because as you know, bro, especially if you learned how to trade during C19, you know it's not an easy journey. So shout out to you, man. Super happy to hear that, bro. That's a big thing. That's a big day for you, bro. That's like your whole life is different now. It's amazing. And in the best way. Shout out to Creighton C. Let's go, bro. Shout out to you. Said, I made it. Guten Ben from Germany went to Piano Matty B's bar with Dave this weekend and woke up in Frankfurt. Dave, why did you draw a sausage and 2 potatoes on my face? What is going on? Creighton C, bro. Dude, Creighton and Dave are legitimate characters on this show. It's just like everybody knows, like, there's always something going on with Dave and Creighton, and I love that you guys keep us updated. Dave, why did you draw a sausage and 2 potatoes on my face? Is it because you put me on a plane to Germany? Shout out to Creighton C, bro. I don't think that's a sausage or 2 potatoes. I think it might be something else, bro. Shout out to Creighton C, bro. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you. And Tony D, thank you for the super chat. Said, FYI, 3 dozen bagels from Long Island incoming. Let's go. Hopefully there's some egg everythings in there, bro. Haven't had actually, I just ate the last of the Long Island bagels that you brought back from last time. They were frozen in my freezer, and they actually lasted pretty long. It wasn't too bad. But shout out to Tony D. You're the real hero, bro. Shout out to you. And shout out to Dave Digital. Said, I heart Matty B's. Live dueling pianos, hashtag don't pass out. Shout out to Dave Digital. Unless you want a sausage and 2 potatoes drawn on your face, do not fall asleep, guys. Or at least keep your shoes on. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and continue on. Too funny, man. But that's what we're looking at on DOT. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Aurora. Let's see. Aurora. And then ADA for Billy. Billy, we will take a look at ADA for you. Absolutely no problem at all. I didn't forget yet. I can't promise it'll go the rest of the stream, but haven't forgotten yet. Okay, interesting. Aurora. Is this the... yeah, interesting. Okay, it's on Coinbase too. About the same price action. But let's take a look here. Taking a look at the daily. Obviously, massive move off the lows. That's not what I wanted. Well, you're at the golden pocket. That's not what I wanted to do, though. I wanted to see what kind of move it was. About a 223% move. Nice little 2x on Aurora over the past, over the past, what is this, the daily? Like over the past day or so. Let's go. Over the past few days, nice little correction about down to the golden pocket here. Likely, I think it is likely that you do make it down to your 786. Reason being is because you're already at your golden pocket retracement, and you're just getting a fresh red dot on the daily. Now, money flow, on the other hand, although the money flow has been in the red for, God, that is brutal. Daily money flow in the red for almost a year. Well, not really, but 220 days, right? Money flow finally coming up. This is the best the money flow has looked in months. But once you cool off to the golden pocket or the 786, once that VWAP rolls up, as long as you get this money flow to continue up, you could see a continued move up for Aurora. But these are the key levels that I would be looking at for the most part. Very hard to find previous areas of consolidation or previous value areas on this just because of the nature of the what is this called? Price action. And yeah, right below this golden pocket, you do have a void in your volume here, and your next highest volume node is sitting at that 786. So I would look for a potential move down to that 786. But in the long term, looks like if that money flow continues up, you can see continued move to the upside. Taking a look at some of these lower time frames, 12-hour looking to cross over into the green with your money flow. Not looking too bad. Take a look at the 4-hour money flow coming out. Yeah, I would be careful. I would look for some bing bong action up here, but with that daily red dot confirming, I would actually look for a continued move down, potentially to the 786, sitting here at about 0.070. But obviously, in order to get down there, you gotta lose that golden pocket. So there you go. Boom. And that is what I would be looking at. So there you go. And then, I mean, even right here at about 80 cents would be another level I'd look at for some support, depending on like how much that daily red dot drops you. But yeah, for the most part, that's what I'm looking at. 4-hour money flow coming out. Let's check the 2-hour money flow. Yeah, money flow crossing over into the red on the 2-hour, 3-hour looking for a crossover. So yeah, I would probably look for a local bounce here. However, I would look for more downside just because of the way the red dot is looking, on the daily. And then you come up to the 2-day, you see your VWAP is getting very close to that zero line as well. So again, maybe some short-term cool-offs to the upside, but then looking for a further move down potentially to that 786. You start losing that 786, likely going to come back down to the lows, in my opinion. And there is Aurora. Shout out to whoever asked for that. I forgot who requested that, but shout out to you. Shout out to V-Slim. I don't know if you're taking a shower, but he says taking a shower. Hopefully you got me in the shower spitting that sauce. I'm going to skirt right around that one. I didn't realize that was going to sound that weird. Shout out to V-Slim, though. Enjoy your shower, bro, if that's even what you meant. And let's see. Shout out to tan snipers. We're not talking about green snipers. We're talking about tan snipers. Not pale snipers, but tan snipers. Shout out to you. Or tan snipes? Shout out to you, bro. Says, what are your thoughts on Casper? We could try to take a look at Casper if we have time. I'll try to take a look at it for you, bro. Let me see if we can get through the rest of these alts, and then we will go ahead and jump. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Billy. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. But yeah, Tan Snipes, we will try to take a look at Casper as well. But there is Aurora, guys. Now let's go ahead and check XRP and see if XRP has moved out of the area that we've been. Let's see if it's done anything since the last time we looked at it. Here we go. Obviously, I've looked at it before the stream. But okay, so here we are, guys. Finally breaking that resistance that we've been looking to break on XRP. Finally, guys. It is that value area high and top of the purple box sitting at about 0.5666 cents. Shout out to Dave Digital. Said spitting sauce in the shower. Wow, Frank. Wow. That sounds like you got to have like the Pac-Man thing. But anyway, shout out to Dave Digital, bro. Unbelievable, bro. Yeah, sometimes I walk right into him. Shout out to Dave. Too funny. But, guys, value area high sitting at 0.5545. We've broken out of that level. We are now leaving this area of balance. So this means two things, guys. Unfortunately, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to the moon. But what are we doing here? We are simply looking at this as a volume profile. Now, I got to make a completely new XRP chart for sure. So let me go ahead and organize this slightly. Local range. Let me just Let me get this organized a little bit here, guys. But I just kind of want to look at this general volume profile, right? And I'm even going to get rid of this purple box, right? We're going to delete that permanently. And here we are, right? Because simply put, I'm going to get rid of this POC line, or I'll put it in local, and then we'll hide it. Bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Come on. Boom. Yo, shout out to Altcoin Corey. We know who that is. Shout out to the Daddy Zach. What is going on? Said, feeling super chat FOMO. Here's some money for being awesome. Shout out to Altcoin Corey, or as you guys know him, Daddy Zach. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you for being here, and I love that you changed your name, but kept your what do you call it? Your avatar. So I'll never forget that it's you. Shout out to you, man, and shout out to Dave Digital. Said you walk right into it. You walk right into it while Frank. Wow. Shout out to Dave Digital. Yeah. And I'll be honest, guys. Sometimes I walk right into these jokes, and sometimes I egg them on. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I egg them on. If you can't tell. Shout out to Dave Digital. I think Dave knows. Yo, Dave. Every time you use that emoji, cracks me up, bro. I love it. Shout out to Tony D. Said that gives me anxiety that it's not the Pac-Man sound. Yeah, right. Like, isn't this like? Wah, wah. Right? But what we can do here, guys, is we can do this. There we go. Anyway, let's continue on here. I have no clue what he said either, Frank. Shout out to Creighton C. Oh, my God. Yo, you guys kill me. I want to do an exclusive stream one night just with Creighton and Dave. And just chat would be going nuts. But anyway, guys, let's continue on here. Looking at the volume profile here on XRP. As you guys know, we've been looking at this level for quite some time. I don't know how I go from nonsense right back to business so quickly. But sometimes we just got to shift focus real quick. But volume profile sitting here between about 0.4416 and about 0.5538. And we were not looking for bigger moves up for XRP until we were able to break this area, right? Because this is our value area, and until we decisively break out of this level, we can't look for higher prices. But here's the thing. Are we decisively breaking out, or is this just a local breakout, right, as we deviate above the volume profile before getting a move back down to the low? And as you guys know, once you deviate from that volume profile, this is where you're looking for short positions, right? But are the confirmations there? We'll have to take a look. Now, again, now that we're above this value area high, if we could hold this level as support decisively, we could get a quick move, potentially incoming, to about 63 cents, which is our previous value area low of the macro range from the top of the bull market right here, right? So this is very similar to Bitcoin, right? Before we got that big moonshot to that POC at 35, 36K that we looked at, that we predicted on the Sunday Sauce video, the reason we were looking up at that level was because we knew we had this upper value area, and if we lost or left the current value area and got accepted into the new value area, we knew we would go straight to the POC more than likely. So same deal here, guys. We've broken out here, right? If we could sustain this breakout and hold above this value area high, we could get a quick move up to about 63 cents, right? That value area low of the macro range. And as soon as you flip this level to support, we could be looking up towards that 83 cent POC. We were looking at the exact same thing back here, saying if we break this level, we could go to here, right? If we get accepted into here, we can go to the POC. And we saw that exact thing happen. And I'll keep it simple with XRP here, guys. This is if we sustain this pump or sustain this breakout to see these higher prices. But right now, looking at the 4 hour, we are potentially seeing some bearish divergence, right? Not the strongest bearish divergence. And honestly, I'd be careful with this. Although money flow is making a technical lower high, this is not like money flow coming out like I like to see it, right? So you have the bear div. Money flow is kind of coming up locally, though, so I would be careful with that. But your red dot is likely to print here. I think you could cool off in the short term here on XRP. If you do cool off, your key level of support is going to be right here at about 0.5535, which is the value area high of your range. So if you come down, right, a little bing, bong, right down to the high, that would be where you would be looking for some support to potentially get a bigger bounce up to your value area low. But until then, and then again, you got to be very careful here because if you get accepted back into the range, it could be going back down towards your POC. But again, I would like to see money flow coming out a little bit more if we were going to get accepted into the range. But if we come down a little lower here, yeah, money flow kind of wonked out here. A little bit confusing. So, yeah, I would be playing this level to level, to be honest with you. 8-hour red dot, not that close to printing. Yeah, I would be careful. I actually may even look more towards the high time frame bear divs, right? Not necessarily the 4-hour, but I would potentially look for the 8-hour. Higher highs on your price, lower highs on your momentum waves, right? Because by the time this prints, you will likely avoid any of the confusion on these higher time frames, right? Because if you short this 4-hour bear div, there's a chance you smash right through it and go to the value area low, right? Which is up here. But if you wait for that 8-hour bear div, right, and you do shoot up into a higher price, likely this bear div will never print. It will just get invalidated, right? So you could kind of stay out of that bad trade. So I would be waiting for maybe a 6-hour bear div or an 8-hour bear div rather than, obviously you would get if you do dump from here, you will get a better entry on the 4-hour bear div, but it is slightly more risky. So I'd be careful of some short-term cool-offs here, but as long as you hold above this value area high, I would be looking for support up to the value area low at 63 cents, and it's not until you break back below this value area low where I would look for a move down. And in my opinion, this is a shortable move, right? Because just based off your volume profile strategy, you're looking at this as an overvalued XRP based off relative price action. We have found a fair price for the most part in this range. Once you're overvalued, this is where you're looking for shorts, and we do have those bear divs forming. The only thing not in a cooperation here is the money flow. So there you go. That's what I'm looking at on XRP. Let's see. Shout out to I thank you, Dave. Shout out to Salwa says, Frankie, go to the casino. You just always talk, and I don't believe TA. No signals help people rich. Play roulette. Put 0 bet 1000x. Shout out to Salwa. I actually, coincidentally, I don't really gamble. Like, I go to Vegas. I don't really gamble, though. A lot of people think leverage traders are like big gamblers. I'm actually not. Leverage, you just misunderstand what leverage is, right? So I'll help you out. Shout out to Salwa, or whatever your name is. I'll help you out. Leverage is not a gambling tool. It is a risk management tool, right? Same thing with puts and calls, right? Like options were designed for risk management, right? To counter your original bet. If you had a big position, so if you have a big long position on Bitcoin spot, I don't even know if he's still here, but this will be good sauce for you guys. So I appreciate him saying that because I can actually speak to this, right? If you have a strong spot position on something, you can then open a high leveraged counter position with a smaller amount of money. So if you have a $10,000 to trade with, right, and you have a say you have a 900, you got a $9,500 position long on Bitcoin, but you want to hedge your bet, you could take the small bit of money you have left and put it on higher leverage in a counter trade. Right? That way, if price goes against you, you're at least hedged. And that's really why leverage is actually made to be a risk management tool, right? So there you go. And listen, some people don't believe in TA. That's totally fine. Shout out to Jordy, though. If you know how to use the TA, you can definitely make money off it. But shout out to you. I can't force people to believe in TA. But hey, that's fine. If you don't make money, if you don't believe in TA and you're not making money with TA, then it doesn't matter if you believe in it. I make money with TA, so I'm just going to keep believing in it, whether it's fake or real. If I make money off it, that's all that matters, right? That's what I would think. But anyway, let's continue on. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Bada boom. I believe in T and A. Shout out to SA. Let's go. Okay, let's continue on here. And shout out to Chemistry Bro. Said, oh, I forgot how British Daylight Savings moves stream back an hour for me. I'm sorry I'm so late. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. You are all good, bro. You could be as late as you want. And Frankie's the best to learn to do it from. Shout out to Jordy. Let's go. But anyway, continuing on here. I don't get when people don't believe in TA. What are they doing in a technical analysis stream? That's what I want to know. Like, if you don't believe in TA, why are you here? I don't know. But anyway, let's see. People who have no idea about trading always say it's gambling. And yeah, you could say the same thing about anything you invest in. There is risk. Remember the 2010s natural gas and oil crash, 50% gone in a day. Yeah, shout out to Creighton C. That's the thing, is like people who don't understand how to, it's easy for people to call trading a scam too, because it's hard. So people think, like, people who don't want to put the effort in, people who don't have the drive or the ambition to like study something as long as you need to try to study trading for, people who don't have that in them to spend the time to learn a craft like this, they just jump. They're always looking for the next get rich quick scheme, right? So they're thinking like, oh, I'll get rich really quick on trading, and I'll jump in, I'll get rich instantly, and then they jump in, they get absolutely wrecked, obviously, and then they're like, oh, this is a scam. But the truth is, it's like, no, it's like, it's not a scam. You just didn't have the chutzpah to stick through it, right? To learn and understand that, you have to put time in and invest money to lose in order to learn how to get on the right side of the trades and make money. But anyway, yeah, you can't, it's easy to call something a scam, right? Like gambling, I guess, is really a scam, kind of, but it's like, I don't know. It's like people can you willingly put your money on there knowing you could lose it. Like, isn't that your fault? I never understood that. Like people who like blame other people for losing their money. Like, you told me to buy this coin. I talk about this all the time. You told me to buy this coin and went to zero. And that's your fault. I don't know why you would ever attack somebody else. And now I don't really promote projects, but I see people go at other people all the time, or like even like friends or family. You told me to buy Bitcoin, and now I lost 20% of my money. And it's like, I didn't tell you to do anything. You asked me if you wanted to buy Bitcoin. Should I buy Bitcoin? Is a good investment, and over time, yes, it will be. Will you pull a volume profile on roulette? Yeah, that is true. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to you, bro. You can use it's almost, someone said this, trading is like gambling if you can count cards, right? It's like, if you could count cards, are you guaranteed to win all the hands? No. But does it highly raise your edge? Absolutely. Same thing with poker. Poker isn't really gambling, right? It's a game of strategy. There's bluffing, there's bet sizes, like there's all different things you can do to put the game in your favor. So it's not 100% a gamble. So yeah, anyway, I'm not here to explain why TA works. If you guys watch the channel, you know it works. But anyway, it's like, if TA doesn't work, how do we know it was going to go up or down or up or down all the times we knew? We weren't right 100% of the time, but we did know sometimes. Let's see. Tony D says, TA is simply about probability, and it's based on history. It works when you manage risk and add confluence to every setup that presents itself. Yeah, absolutely. It's, shout out to Alex O said, if poker was gambling, why would the same people keep showing up at the final table? Yo, Alex, that is a great statement right there. That is a great statement. But anyway, guys, that is, that's my little spiel on does TA work. It works. It definitely works. Doesn't work 100% of the time. It's also, people get very, like, enraged. Like, they're like, TA's a scam. That doesn't work. It's like, bro, why are you so mad? Like, why are you in here hating on us? Like, if TA's a scam, like, why don't you go do something that makes money? Like, why? I don't know. People are crazy. But anyway, let's continue on here. It's not about do you believe in TA or not. Ask yourself, do you know TA? First, learn what is TA, study it, and then you make money. I'll finish your thing there. And shout out to you, bro. But anyway, guys, that's what I'm looking at on XRP. We are running out of time here, so let me go ahead and take a quick look. I'm gonna take a look at. We're gonna move AVAX because I'm gonna replace AVAX with Cardano because Crypto Billy asked for it. Because they lost money, Badex. Yeah, I know. That's like I probably thought trading was a scam when I first tried it too, but I was just so desperate to figure it out. I just kept going. I got wrecked for a long time. I would if I didn't have the energy to continue to try to learn trading, I would have called it a scam in the first year I got wrecked too. But yeah, anyway, it's like I don't know. Like I'm not gonna defend. I'm not here to defend TA. If you don't believe it, don't use it. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just here looking at the charts. Leave me alone. Anyway, let's continue on here, guys. Let's take a look at Cardano. Actually, no. Let's take a look at Solana first. And maybe we'll squeeze the other one in. But let's see. Oh, baby. Here we are, guys. I almost exit out of that. As you guys know, we have been, I don't know. If you want to tell me TA doesn't work, fine. Then volume profiles are not TA then. They're something else. There's something that works, I guess. But here we are, right? Looking at Solana. looking at this POC, right? Looking at this previous area consolidation from back here. You have your value area low. We were looking at this on Friday, I believe. Let's see. What is that? That is Monday. That's the 23rd. Where is Friday? Here we go. Yeah, so we were right on this value, right on this point of control on Friday during the live stream. What was it? Friday at about 8 p.m. Yeah, right here. So we were sitting, getting a little bit of a rejection from this point of control, right? But we have just broken that point of control, guys. Now, one thing to understand is that point of control is going to act as a magnet, right? A little bing bong, bing bong. You may cling to this level, adjust a little bit, right? But the fact that we just broke above this does look like a strong break, in my opinion. That is a nice breakout above that point of control. I'm not gonna lie. Looks like some bullish consolidation potentially as well. But we got to break above that POC, guys. What does that mean? It has now opened up the door to potentially get a move up to our value area high, getting closer to about 41.50. Now, doesn't guarantee the move up there, right? But and it may not be the exact next level that we're headed to, but once we hold above this POC, guys, again, like what were we looking for down here? We were looking for Solana to get above the value area low so we could get a move to the POC. And what happened? We got above the low and went right to the POC. Now what we're looking for is a move above the POC, flip it to support for a potential move up to the value area high, again coming in at 41.46. So with that being said, that's what I'd be looking for on Solana. We are now above that POC. As long as you remain above that POC, I'd be looking for a bigger move up. Ending target would be that 41.40 level, 41.45 level, right? I would be looking at that as a final target, but obviously we are probably going to have some levels of resistance in between. But I will just keep it kind of simple here as we're running out of time. I would just look to keep this as support. You want to tap this, right? Because if we come down here, this would be an important support resistance flip before getting a move back up to the high. And that's what I'd be looking for the most part. But with that being said, guys, as we deviate above that POC, we have to keep an eye on some of these time frames. 4 hour, yikes. Not the prettiest, actually, in my own opinion. You do have a 1 hour bear div. Confirmed. VWAP coming back up. I wouldn't necessarily be shorting this after a powerful move like that to the upside. So I would probably hold this. I would hold off on Solana at least as of right now, just to let it kind of figure out what it's doing, right? But just to kind of break down what we were looking at on Friday, we were just looking at this range, right? So just breaking down those local ranges, which you probably could do here coming up pretty soon, right? You got a nice little area of consolidation looking very similar to Bitcoin. Right, nice little break above. We didn't break above the POC on Bitcoin, but yeah, I'd be looking for this to potentially break back up. And again, if we come down, key level of support is simply going to be, especially with your 786 golden pocket retracement right on that POC, guys. If you get the move down, this is your key level of support. Very clearly, you come down. That's where you could look for the bigger bounce to the upside with the end target of this value area high. However, if you get below that POC or 786, cannot get back above it, your eyes would automatically turn down to your value area low at $29. I don't know if you're going to get all the way back down there, if I'm being quite honest with you. But if I go ahead and undo all this and bring back up that local range that we had right down here, right? Hold up. Where is that range that we were looking at? Come on. There it is, right? So what we can do here, is we can go ahead and extend this volume profile and see what it looks like. Yeah. So this is, POC going to be that's your level, guys. Local golden pocket 786 retracement coming in right there on the POC. Right? Bada boom. Bada bing. Turn that blue for support. That's your key level, right? Because not only is it your golden pocket retracement, your value area high, but if you get that move, if you don't get the bounce, get stuck under that 786, you're also potentially getting accepted back into this local range. So before you look for that big move down to the value area low, you may indeed just be on your way down to this value area low, sitting at about 3170. And in my opinion, if we come down, that's a more likely target if you lose this key level of support. That's a more likely target than down here at this macro value area low. So those are kind of the levels I would be looking at, right? So And then at that point, you could pretty much look for a long down there as well because why did that spawn a ray? Because let me change this. If you come back down there, it is the value area low of your range, which is where you're looking for longs anyway. But again, if you come down, that's your key level of support, and that's what I'm looking at on Solana. We still got 638 people still concurrently watching this stream, guys. Smash that like button if you have not already. I appreciate it. It is the easiest and most free way to help promote this YouTube channel to even more CandleMafia members. But let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Jarrett. Shout out to you, Jarrett. Thank you for joining the Hitman. Welcome in, bro. Congratulations on the new membership. Let's get it. Welcome to the Familia. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano as we gotta honor Crypto Billy's request. So let's go ahead and take a look here at Cardano. And yeah, here we are. All right, let's take a look. Bada boom. Okay, so let's get rid of the local volume profile, and let's take a look here. So what were we looking at last time we were looking at Solana? Well, we are hitting our key level, Cardano. We are hitting our key level. Hey, Dark Crash in the chat, guys. Throw those water glasses in the chat for Dark Crash. Shout out to you, bro. I got to come up with a chugging emoji or a chugging sound effect for when you pop in the chat, bro. Tony, when you do timestamps, will you label Creighton C Super Chat about going to the bar so I can clip it and send it to Maddie? Yo, shout out to Dave Digital, bro. Let's go. But, hey, Coors Lightyear, what is going on? Smashing that like button. Let's go, bro. Appreciate you. But, guys, as you guys know, where were we on Friday? I think we looked at Cardano on Friday, which was right here on the 27th. And, yeah, our next key level of support, guys, or resistance was looking to be this macro value area with our golden pocket 786 retracement or local 786 golden pocket retracement coming in perfect confluence with that level, making this a key level for a potential rejection. And are we going to get rejected here? Now, I'm not saying we're going to get a strong rejection, but we have some interesting things happening here. You're overbought on the daily. Bearish puzzle piece number 1. Bearish puzzle piece number 2, VWAP slamming towards that zero line, looking for a red dot. Bearish puzzle piece number 2. Bearish puzzle piece number 3. We are approaching our key level of resistance between golden pocket, between about 0.3029 or 0.3039 and 0.3012. Now, not only that, but we also have the 786 in confluence with our value area low of this old range. Now, this is where we got this key level from, and if we push up, right, because this is a sign of strength, right, we are pushing up. This looks like a pretty strong candle. If we continue to push up, we can look for a move up into the 786 right here at about 0.3150, right, 31.5 cents. And if we could flip that level to support, that opens up the door to make it up to about 36 cents, right? So that's what we want for the bulls. But again, those bearish puzzle pieces. Can we get a cool off from here? Probably, right? Because we have this very key level of resistance. On top of that, you have that red dot looking to print on the daily as you are also overbought. Also, take a look at the 12-hour. Once you wind up printing another red dot on the 12-hour, you will actually have a pretty nice bearish divergence moving into that key level of resistance. So again, you don't just want to short the bear divs, but when you have it moving into a key level of resistance and you have the confirmation of the daily being overbought with a red dot incoming, you could potentially catch some of these lower time frame bear divs. And you are looking to potentially print one here. I would be looking probably at the 4-hour. Let's go to the 4-hour. And yeah, right? Momentum continuing to come down, price continuing to come up. That could give you a correction back to the downside. Now, I am going to be cautious here, right? Because if we could easily go, I would be very cautious here of a last push up to that 786 before getting a cool off. You could come down from here, but if you continue to pump, you're coming up to that next key level. Again, 786 value area low confluence from right up here. So if we don't cool off from here, I'll look for a move to the 786 before a potential correction incoming. And then if we, for some reason, just wind up getting ultra strength and break above this level, we would be looking to flip that to support again to make it up to our POC, getting closer to about 36 cents. And then also, as your VWAP is looking for the red dot here on the 4-hour, we can come down to that 15-minute. I would like to see, for a short, I would like to see this 15-minute money flow coming out a little more aggressively. Let's check the 12-minute. Yeah, 12 minutes kind of flat as well. I'd like to see these money flows come out a little bit more. But yeah, so that's why I would be a little cautious of that push up to the 786 potentially before getting that correction, but not impossible to come down from here in my own personal opinion. So shout out to Crypto Billy. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight into what I'm thinking about Cardano, bro. We still got 600 people in here watching. Smash that like button, guys. And with all that being said, that's all the time I got for today's live stream. Let's go ahead and pull up that picker wheel, or that wheel of pain and pleasure, which is like hilarious that I even say that anymore. But it's just tradition at this point. So let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Spin that wheel. Here we go. We got 581 likes. Let's go. How many spins did I say we would get if we hit 550 likes? I don't know what it was. I think it was 15. We'll spin the wheel 15 times either way. Let's go. Thank you all for smashing that like button. And today's episode is brought to you by Macy's Furniture, guys. God, where's this thing even? I don't even look at furniture on this computer. I am obviously buying a lot of furniture. Yo, Google is weird, man. Sometimes it's like random ads, like Ford. Like I never talk about Ford. I've never talked about Kohl's. But like the furniture, like I'm obviously shopping for furniture. You guys know I just moved into a new house. Yeah, man, like it just knows. I don't even use this computer or this account. It must hear me somehow. Give them a giveaway, baby. Let's go. Shout out to V-Slim, said Bud Light. Oh, sorry. I thought you were sponsored by Bud Light and the UFC. Shout out to V-Slim. We are sponsored by the UFC. Shout out to Dana White, one of the baddest to ever do it. Let's go. Dana White's a G, man, for real. I mean, I don't know him personally, obviously, but I don't know. Dana just seems like a real one. I like him. He's just like, I don't know. He doesn't care what people think. It's admirable. He just does what he wants. And if you don't like it, you can take a walk. I love it. Let's see. Business is business, man. Have to make up for the bear market somehow. Shout out to Dave. I don't know what he said. 550 spins for 550 likes. Shout out to Dave Digital. Yikes. That is, we'll be here all night. Shout out to Dave. What did I just click? What did I just click? Why does this have an H next to it? Oh, count? What does that mean? Dude, what is going on? Oh, interesting. I didn't know you could do this. Sorry, guys. I'm just discovering stuff about my own wheel. What was the H for? All right. Frankie needs a drink. Let's go. Shout out to Dark Crash. Here we go. As long as you're okay with that drink being an Aztecian cactus moss water. Oh, Hyde choice? Oh, hold on. Yo, wait. Oh, yeah. No, that's a scam. That's not what I wanted to do. Jeez. We'll have to do 16 likes then. 17 likes. Does money flow work the same for Market Cipher and Lux Algo Oscillator SA? They are different. I want to be clear. They are different money flows. So yes, they do function differently. They are not the same thing. I actually don't know what goes into the calculation for either of them. But they are different. I know they are different. If you look at them side by side, I can pull them up if you're curious. But if we pull up Lux Algo, I'll just pull up the boom. There you go. Right. So if you actually look at the money flow, it's similar. It's not the same though. Whoops. If you zoom in. Right. So you came out here. You didn't really come out here. It is a little bit different. It's actually a lot different at times, right? Like you're in the red here. You're not in the red here. So it is different, right? I look at them for different reasons. So yeah, you have a crossover into the red here. Lux Algo doesn't cross over until over here. Doesn't mean Lux Algo was late on the signal or anything like that. It's just a different money flow. That's all. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you out. But let's keep spinning that dang wheel. Bada boom, bada bing. Oh, where to go? There it is. All right, let's go. All right. How many spins do we got here? 10. We got 5 more spins. Let's go. 1 month of the kitchen access added to this week's giveaway. For some reason, Tyler, I was like, wait, whoa, a whole month? For some reason, I was like, what is he talking about? No, you're right. 1 month of kitchen access added to this week's giveaways. Let's go, because we hit that 550 like goal. That's right. Not only are we spinning the wheel 15 times, we're also giving away a month of the free premium Discord. And yeah, just, shout out to the premium Discord. People seem to like it. I don't want to brag about my own thing, but people seem to like it. We even had one of our people ask for just general advice. They were wondering if they should leave college to pursue crypto. And we went off on a crazy tangent about that. Shout out to Ryan. But anyway, let's continue on. Yes, a whole month. Shout out to Creighton C. Creighton C is also one of our only 2 premium lifetime members that got the lifetime for free. We actually gave away 2 lifetime memberships. Just smash the like. Let's go. Shout out to Channel 19. That is Channel 19 News. I'm just kidding. I don't know what Channel 19 is, though. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you for being here. Red Elephant says, yes, leave college. Yeah, it's kind of, it was hard for me. I didn't want to tell him to leave college. He only had a year left for accounting. So it's not like he was in there for liberal arts or like something that like wasn't really going to help. It's like, I'm like, dang, man, that's hard. It's like he doesn't want to be an accountant, so I feel weird telling him to keep doing it, but like, you know, don't listen to people on YouTube, but it is hard. The wheel is a scam. Shout out to Mark Dutch. And maybe, just maybe, college is a scam as well. But let's go ahead and count these giveaways. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 giveaways out of 17. Let's spin it 20 times, guys. I don't care. Screw it. We'll give away more free stuff. No, don't leave. Shout out to Bad X. Let's go. We'll just give them some extra giveaways. We're already giving away a free month of the Discord, so let's just spin it 20 times. Screw it. Let's see. I appreciate you, Frankie. Channel 19, I appreciate you more. Trust me, man. I really do. But I do appreciate you appreciating me, appreciating you, appreciating me, and I appreciate everybody appreciating the mods because I appreciate the mods, and I know you guys appreciate them, so I appreciate you appreciating them. So thank you for that, guys. I'm losing my voice right now, guys. What the heck? I take a weekend off, and I can't talk anymore. All right, let's see. What do we got here now? 20. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 giveaways out of 20. Not too bad. A little over 50% on that hit rate. But let's go. Shout out to the 500 people here still watching, guys. Smash that like button on your way out. And with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and sticking around till the very end. I was gonna do a recap on what we talked about on Bitcoin, but just rewind it. I'm losing brain energy. But go check out the beginning if you guys missed the Bitcoin TA. We break down my exact plan and exactly what I am looking for moving into the next week. But with all that being said, guys, I will see you here, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dog. I'm riding the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now. So I need that go, y'all. Got hits when he throwing the fastball. Just too quick for it, peeling off like the whip orange. Seen they effort, this piss poor. I got too much, I gotta tend to. Car payments and the rent due. Told y'all that I'm 6 foot, but with the money stabbing, I'm 10-2. Too much that I've been through, so I put it all in that rear view. Clean money in a black whip, got old problems with the friends new. Yeah, I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. Yeah, I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, I told him I'ma hit it out of stands. I deserve another 100 bands. I deserve another 100 fans. Told them this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I build a brand. Told them put a check up in my hands. Boy got time, no cap. Made a few checks, but they all in the rest. Had a few friends, but they suck in the past. I don't even trip when I'm thinking about that. Hopped in the whip and we all in black. Shawty wanna ride to the hop in the back. 0 to 100, seen the rev on the dash. They ain't catching up, dog, I'm moving too fast. I'm in the big leagues. Told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in a big league.
You guys thought I wasn't going to do the fake out. The music stopped. What happened? Oh, my God. I don't know, guys. I'm choking on this. I'm choking on this fake out, guys. Look over here. Look, money. Woo. Bing bong. See you guys next time. Hasta pasta. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, man, we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on the road. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on the road. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on the road. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on the road. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
Take two. Bing bong. Bing bong. Bing. Dang it! Bing bong.